Hey loves, it's Britt, and in this video I'm talking about Venus conjunct to Chiron in the composite chart or the Davison relationship chart. So, if you have this aspect in your relationship chart, it shows that one of the purposes of your relationship is to heal heart wounds. So, the thing with Chiron in the composite chart is it's almost a bit like Saturn in the sense that it gives a feeling of like an eerie fadedness to the connection, especially, when it's making strong aspects in the composite chart. It does give this feeling that there is a purpose to this connection, a very healing purpose to this connection. And there's something here to be worked out, there's something here to be resolved. And it's not quite as strong of a glue as Saturn. Like, if you don't have other Saturn aspects, it's probably not strong enough on its own to like glue people together, but it definitely does have a similar vibe of making it feel like the relationship has a purpose, has a connection, has some like past life influence, or something that's beyond our minds. There's some reason to be there. And this video was requested a lot, so I'm not surprised at that because of how deep this one can feel. So, when we're talking Venus in the composite chart, we're talking about our shared values, how we love as a couple, the feelings from our heart. That can also be shown by the moon as well. But the Venus is very much, the feminine part of the couple, the moon and Venus. And it is also what we combined as a couple take pleasure in. And if we can take pleasure as a couple in the same ways. So, with this one, there's definitely a feeling that this relationship is healing our heart. And you could have themes of like pain from past relationships, like if you were rejected, if you were cheated on, if you were hurt badly in your other relationships. There's a feeling that this relationship is like the good karma, or some form of karma there, that you're rewiring, that you're reworking, that it's like this person in this relationship is healing those wounds of rejection or betrayal, or matters of the heart. So it does feel like a part of this relationship's purpose is, yeah, healing these deep wounds. Now it also can show that the way that you combine as far as like money or financial things is somehow tinged with pain, or there's definitely a focus there on resources as well, self-worth issues coming up. Sometimes with this conjunction, you could see that you actually do make each other feel insecure, but what's really, meant to be happening is that feeling is being brought up for healing, but it doesn't always manifest like that. See, the thing with Chiron is that when it's in a conjunction, it's so strong that people that aren't on the healing path, or specifically, sometimes men too don't really know how to deal with like pain triggers that come up. This relationship could be like a sore spot. This relationship could feel like an ouch as far as self-worth, financially, love stories, right? But really, its purpose and the reason why this conjunction is showing up is that you're here to look at these things. Chiron is the wound and healing of that wound. So if you're on a healing path, if you're on a self-development path, this can flow really nicely where you both gain a lot of wisdom. You see where you've been hurt in the past and how you're still acting like that in the present. And then as a couple, you can actually have this like beautiful healing love of a lifetime energy that ripples out, and like other people love your love story, or other people see your couple, your union as like an example of healing the heart and healing self-worth, and like it can really be that, like, especially if this conjunction is taking place in the first or 10th, like a more public house, it can be that your relationship is like a love story of the ages, right? Or if this is a business partnership, it can show that, you're a healing power influence. Like people see the work that you've done, people see, the healing work that you've done on yourself, and that's something that you're, marketing or selling, or if it's that type of relationship. If it's a friendship, it could be that you both help each other through breakups, you help each other through all the ups and downs of your love life, or the ups and downs in your with your self-worth. Like you're able to focus on these areas. The conjunction is like a laser focus, like you cannot escape, right? So you cannot escape the Venus Chiron themes with this conjunction. So it's very deep. It's incredibly profound, the level of feeling that can be brought up in this conjunction. And there really is like a feeling of care for each other that can seem to go beyond this lifetime. Like it feels like we have a purpose, or we have a mission to care for each other. If we're really like operating from our higher self in this connection, we can feel like this is a person that we have a contract with, or a healing mission together, where we have to build them up, we have to increase them, financially or in their self-worth. Or you also want to look at the house placement that this conjunction is taking place in, because that's going to be like the sore spot, that's going to be like the ouch, that's going to be the the wound is where the light enters you. I just thought of that quote, right? So that's kind of like the house that this Venus Chiron conjunction is taking place in the composite chart. So whatever of the 12 houses, that's like the major theme of the wound and where the light enters, right? And once that light enters in this relationship, you do have this beautiful depth, this beautiful like intimacy. That's a key of this Venus Chiron conjunction in the composite chart, is there's a level of intimacy that only comes from sharing your deepest vulnerabilities and truths and pain with this person. And it's like you trust them, and that allows you to open to allow that light to enter in, and then it's like you're healed. So there's a lot of healing capability that can come through in this union. But if you're not aware of it and you're just going into this blind without knowing astrology or knowing anything about wounds and healing or trauma work or anything like that, this can be quite a painful one, to the unaware, because you're forced to look at that wound, and it can feel very vulnerable, and it might be too much for someone to have a relationship with this connection, right? It's probably not the most lighthearted connections, right? It's deep, it's deeply healing and powerful, but yeah, it can be scary for some to be seen in this way, to be this open, to be this vulnerable with your heart, with someone. But the value is greater than the pain of that, I would say, with this. And yeah, your relationship can end up being very valuable to others, because the ultimate like higher purpose of Chiron is the wound, and then but how you heal others. So your couple, your relationship, its story, its depth, the depth of your love, this can ripple out and heal and help other people. So yeah, I'd love to know your experience of this conjunction in your composite chart. Was it like this? Was it not like this? Let me know in the comments. And thanks so much for your requests, you guys. I love it. Thank you for requesting this. Keep them coming, and we'll talk soon. Bye.